this was our church tower. It was the tallest building in town. The cornerstone stands. My house was in that corner. I have a chimney. And I lived here with my husband. We got married here on June 15th. It was so colorful. This is our courtyard. There was a bridge, kind of a bridge office space that was on a second story that was empty underneath. So all of our offices were there. And there's just nothing left that is identifiable at all. And on the side over here, we have our current sanctuary. Yeah, the church office is right here. Most AA meetings took place in the corner in Hart Lounge. The Hart family moved here 100 years ago and built this church, tried to save it. Yeah.
And is this the first time that you have all returned?
I came yesterday with the Swedish national television. I don't know how. But yeah, this is the first time that we've been here together. And we lost one church member in the fire, dearly beloved by everyone. Her name's Annette. And that's what we're torn up about. We're so grateful for that everyone else is okay. And we've checked in with everyone. Yeah, the church is not the building. The church is not the steeple. It's not a resting place. The church is the people, and the people are still here.
What can you tell us about your church member without divulging too much private information? How long has she been a member? How do you know this?
Long-time member. Her name's Annette Rosil. She dyed her hair purple once a year. She had parrots and raised orchids, and was just she had a tortoise. I'm gonna go look for the tortoise after this. Yeah, she was just a beautiful human being, and I tried to get her to leave. She wasn't going anywhere.
This was Wednesday.
No. So the fire's, I think, Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. I have the flu. I looked out my apartment window and saw a little bit of smoke. We looked at the hill, and there was a tiny fire on the hill. Within 15 minutes, it was raining fire all the way, and structures were burning all the way to the ocean. So 7 miles within 15 minutes? And people keep talking about what direction the fire was moving. It wasn't moving in a direction. It was raining. So we saw, as soon as we saw the smoke, my husband left with our pets. I stayed and immediately made the decision that with the preschool, that we would send all the kids home. I stayed long enough to get the kids out and to shut the fire doors. Didn't take anything with us because our lives were all that mattered. We were out by 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday, and I didn't expect that we were going to come back.
And
Annette lived at the end of the street on Friends Street. Alone.
And approximately how old is she?
In, I believe, late 70s, 80s.
Does she have family?
She has one daughter left. Yeah.
And now, what do you make of the two crosses that are still standing high?
So the cross, 100 years ago, the church was founded on a hillside across town. And there was a cross that was staked there on Peace Hill. We had Easter sunrise services there on our 100th anniversary. The woman who lives there, her name is Frances Knight. She is a wonderful human being and loved our church being there. But there was a cross that the town staked into the ground 100 years ago on Easter Sunday, and it stood at the top of the tower and turned. I don't think it's there, but
And one of the things about our church, there's a motto about this church, and I've loved it because I love history, and to have a church with a lot of old character, and as we rebuild, we'll try and find ways to create the same character. But the motto of this church, because this is the church that built the town. So when this town came, this was the first thing. The Methodists were the first ones here. The alphabet streets up there, all the names of the alphabet streets are Methodist beloved saints that have gone on but have done great work within the Methodist Church. So this was the church that started a town. This is the church that will rebuild the town. And I have all of that from throughout the country. I already have 6 friends at Methodist churches I've served in Pittsburgh, Santa Clarita, Valencia United Methodist Church, and San Diego United Methodist Church that they have said, we're ready to send work teams. I said, we might have to wait a while, but the Methodists are ready to come and to help us rebuild. And we have, the bishop has been so gracious to take care of the needs, not only for our church, myself and our family, but for our community. And so I'm here with all of you because I want to share hope, but others are on a call right now with her to talk about how do we rebuild.
You're so strong, and the community is relying on leaders like you in this tough time. Where do you find your strength, each of you?
From each other. I believe that God is love, love is God, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter who you are. This place embraced everyone, and we will continue to do that.
And just in the Christmas spirit, I shared right at the beginning of our Christmas Eve service that the light shines in the darkness and the darkness will not overcome it. And that's from John 1:5. And so the light continues to shine. So my hope is first in God and Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit. My hope is also then as well in all of the people. My hope has been in an overwhelming amount of text, but what I say to each person is, even though your text is, I'm overwhelmed, it's what's giving all my family, all of us hope. We've had people again around the world, even God bless the people in Nicaragua where I work, asking how they could just help my daughters get clothes back because we have no clothes. Computer was in the office. We thought we'd be back in a day, so we pulled a few things that we just really thought that we would need out. And stuff is stuff, but I've got 2 daughters. Her car was down there, and because we wanted her to drive safe with us and just be in the car because things were getting chaotic in town. And so just like everybody else in town, my heart breaks and I'm grieving. And as in the Bible we read, we can grieve and we can lament, but then we know God is carrying us. And at those times, God's carrying us through people like Ross and I have shared. I mean, Ross is carrying us. We're trying to help carry he and his husband a bit.
Carry each other.
Yeah, carrying each other along the way. So, but and all the people in the church just working together. But beyond that, the Methodist Church is like a global just force of good. So our motto at my church in Valencia was, we're here for good. Our motto here is going to be, we're here for the Palisades.
I've been cleaning out the building for the past 2 years in preparation of new programs. When I moved in, and found a sign that said Community United Methodist Church. It's a lot of words. Community United and
CUMC.
Community United and the Spirit grew, and it did grow, and it'll keep growing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you
much for
all.
sharing.
And thanks for what you're doing.
I have one more thing to say. Is that okay?
Sure.
I grew up in a small town in Oklahoma with about 4,000 or 5,000 people that was actually destroyed by a tornado in April, and saw those people band together, and the way that they're here for me right now is amazing. But LA is a hard place to comprehend. If you don't live here, you don't realize that it's 200 small towns. This was the smallest town. This was a smaller town than my small town in Oklahoma. Like, you saw someone every day that you knew. You couldn't walk out the door without running into a friend. This is the closest community I've ever been a part of. And that's how I know it's gonna come back together. Like, the people here really are united. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
What town in Oklahoma?
Sulphur, Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Tulsa.
Thank you.